Hi guys, this is Ms. Hong. Today is June 4th, Thursday. So, yesterday you did solving quadratic equation by taking square roots, right? So we did factoring, taking square root, right? So we did two techniques so far, and today we will do the last one, quadratic formula. All right. So let's go over like 5 problems before we start it. So review here. Solve the following equations. So look, 2x squared minus 6x. Then do you see GCF here, right? We have GCF. So I'm gonna factor by 2x. So 2x, and you get x minus 3, right? So 2x, x minus 3 equals 0. You can do that. And from here, you get x equals 0 or x equals 3, right? And number 2. So you got trinomial, so we have to check that's factorable or not. So I'm going to break down 44. Then I can think about like 4 and 11. 4, 11, and difference is 7, right? So we can do x bigger number 11 and 4, right? And same sign minus here, and to get negative 44 will be positive 4, right? So you can factor this trinomial like that, then you can get your solution. Your solution will be x equals, take opposite sign, that's minus 11, so will be positive 11, or x equals, take opposite sign, that's plus 4, so negative 4, like this, right? And look at number 3. So this is yesterday's lesson, right? You don't have bx, right? You don't have b. So in that case, what? We isolate square term and take square root, right? So I'm going to do 4x squared minus, equals 20, right? And then I divided by 4. X squared equals 5. And then you take the square root. Take square root. Then you cancel square root and square. So you get x. And told you when you take square root to each side, then we should have positive negative. Right? So my answer is x equals positive negative square root of 5. Right? And what about number 4? So when you look at number 4, it's the same thing. You have perfect square here, right? Perfect square. So I'm gonna isolate that one and I will take the square root, right? So I will do minus 2 minus 2. Then you get negative 16 here. Cancel. Negative x minus 1 squared. So I got this. And let's get rid of that negative sign. Then you get x minus 1 squared equals 16. And now you have square and a number on the other side, so we can take the square root. So take the square root like that, cancel, you get x minus 1 equals positive negative, what's square root of 16? 4, right? So I get this. And you got positive negative 4, so, and you still have something over here. So I'm gonna break it. X minus 1 equals 4, or x minus 1 equals negative 4, right? And you simplify this minus 1, cancel, plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 like that. Then you get x equals 5, and this one is x equals negative 3, right? So that's my solution, x equals 5 or x equals negative 3. So we did this one so far, and guys, look at this one, number 5. So x squared plus 2x minus 2. So this is trinomial, so we can solve this kind of question by factoring so far, right? But can you factor this? You can't. But you have bx, so we can do taking square root, right? So so far there's no way to solve this equation. But today you will learn how to solve that kind of thing. Okay, so look, we will use quadratic formula. So this is a formula, so you need to memorize this, but when you're taking NJSLA test, they will give you the formula. So you don't have to, but to take SAT or like our just regular algebra 2 class, I highly recommend memorize the formula. Okay? So first thing is you need to have a standard form like this: ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So you need to arrange the equation in order, highest to the constant term, and your right side must be 0. All right, that must be 0, and you set it up like that. And we are using coefficients only, but you know how to find the coefficients, right? Because we already did negative b over 2a to find the vertex, right? We did that one already. So you know how to find a, b, c. So whenever you get your a, b, c, all you need to do is plug it in the value in the like formula. Okay? So I'm gonna apply the formula right away. All right? So let's try it. So look at this one. Look at this. Then tell me. First you need to figure out your a, b, c, right? My a is nothing here, so 1. My b is 3, and my c is negative 2, right? So I got my a, b, and c, and then you know what, that's kind of complicated in the radical, right? This one looks complicated, so I want to do this one first. Let's do b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so I'm gonna do b squared minus 4ac. All right, then that is, look, instead of b I put 3 minus 4, instead of a I put 1, and instead of c I put negative 2, like that. Then what do you get, guys? This is 3 squared, 9 minus, look, this is all multiplication at a time, right? Negative, negative, turn to positive. 4 times by 2, 8, right? So you get 17. So b squared minus 4ac, that is 17, right? So once you get this value, now we will put it on the formula. So x equals, right? Do you see this negative? That's extra negative sign, right? So put negative here, and instead of b, what do you put? So don't forget parentheses, guys. Always when you substitute a number to the formula, then you need a parenthesis, right? So my b is 3, so you put 3 here, plus minus square root of, we already calculate this part, b squared minus 4ac, that was 17. So I'm gonna put 17 over here. Oops. 17 over 2, and what was your a? A is 1, right? So that's it. Then my answer is negative 3 plus minus square root of 17 all over 2. Alright, that's it. So it looks weird, but that's a number. Okay, so that is my solution. And look, guys, you cannot factor this. 2 and 1, how can you get 3? Right? 2 and 1, then your factor is only 1 and 2, and difference of 1 and 2 is only 1. We can't get 3, right? But that does not mean you don't have solution. You have solution, but that's like a real solution. So this is like ugly number, but still that's a number. Alright? And number 2, when you look at number 2, guys, do you see 0 on the right side? No. So we need to make it 0 first. So I'm gonna make it negative 2x squared plus x, and move it over left side, so minus 6 equals 0. Okay, and I told you when your a is not positive, then you make it positive, or you can factor by negative sign. So this one, I'm gonna make it 2x squared minus x plus 6. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. And you know, you can do that because the other side is 0. So if you multiply by negative to each side, then you can get this one. Alright? So I convert the equation like that. And now I'm going to use my formula. So I need to identify my A, B, and C. So my A is 2, B is -1. You need to include the sign, right? And C is 6. And then my formula, do you remember what was the formula? It is -b plus minus square root of b squared minus, 4ac. So this is my formula, right? So I'm gonna plug my numbers into the formula. And also I want to do the inside of the radical first, because anyway you have to calculate it. I want to do the complicated one first. So b squared minus 4ac. So my b squared minus 4ac, like that. And what's -1 squared? +1, right? And minus 4 times 2 times 6. Then that is 48. Right, that's 48. So you get -47. You get -47, right? But you know what, guys? In the radical, can you have negative sign? Is that possible? Can I have square root of -47? Can I have that? No, you can't, right? You can't have that. So actually, you know what? When you get negative number for that, so that's why I do this one first. So if that makes negative, then there's no solution, right? So you don't have to do it more. No solution, because we cannot have negative number inside of the radical. All right? So whenever you get negative, you just answer no solution. You're not doing it more. Okay? In algebra 1. So next year you will solve it, but like right now we're not. So guys, it's 12 minutes so far, so I'm gonna cut this video from here and I'll be back on the second one. All right? See you later.